CTV News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Travis Fortnum. A war of words is hitting Essex tonight while residents are still cleaning up from last week's flooding. The area's MPP is pointing the finger at Town Hall, claiming the municipality hasn't done enough to stop it from happening again. Anthony Liardi says what happened in Harrow is nothing new, pointing to similar floods in 1989 and 2023. He argues the municipality has failed to fix the problem despite receiving more than $8 million in infrastructure funding from the province. Liardi also notes Essex opted out of applying for another provincial fund worth millions, money he says other communities like Kingsville and LaSalle did receive. This statement, put out by Liardi's office this afternoon, was not received well at Town Hall.
He's very misinformed on several of his things that he's talking about. You know, the first thing I will say, he's misinformed about the grant streams that are available to municipalities. The one that he's talking about is the Housing Enabling Grant, and that is intended to build more homes. It's not to protect the homes that are currently here. It felt like an attack when you listen to what our MPP said. Very unprofessional. It felt like a personal attack on potentially myself, the town staff, council, when we're doing everything we can, and we were given, not a great deck of cards when it comes to where current houses are already built in Colchester.
Meantime, another heavy day of testimony in Windsor Superior Court as the trial of the man accused of killing Sarah Boulay continues. Tomorrow, the defense begins calling witnesses, but today, jurors heard how police tracked Brian Marbury in the days after his estranged wife was reported missing. With more, here's CTV's Sanjay Maru.
On May 29, 2023, Brian Marbury was seen leaving a Windsor motel room with what appeared to be a body, according to testimony Wednesday from a Windsor police officer. Sergeant R.J. Franklin telling the court surveillance showed Marbury carrying a large object over his shoulder wrapped in a blanket as he walked out of room 27 at a motel on Huron Church Road. That room was the last place Sarah Boulay was seen alive 3 days earlier. Franklin said the case started out as a missing persons investigation after Boulay was reported missing from Hiatus House. He testified he had immediate concerns for Boulay's well-being, and his team quickly set out a strategy to try and find her. Attention soon turned to Marbury. His phone went unanswered, and border records showed he entered Canada on May 26th, the night Boulay was last seen, then crossed back into the U.S. 3 days later. Surveillance footage from the tunnel confirming he returned to Detroit alone. Police also learned Marbury checked into a motel on Huron Church Road on May 26th. Surveillance later showed both him and Boulay entering the room at different times, but only Marbury was seen leaving, first with a garbage bag, then later with the object believed to be a body. The jury also heard that some of Boulay's belongings, black leather boots and a pink phone case, was later found discarded in a nearby field. On June 3rd, police uncovered additional surveillance showing Marbury dumping a garbage bag into a dumpster. Inside, investigators found a towel stained with blood, vodka bottles, a receipt signed by Boulay, and store receipts for bleach and a shovel, both purchased May 28th at nearby stores along Huron Church Road. Franklin added that other surveillance cameras also captured Marbury moving around the area. According to the officer, a surveillance clip taken just after 2:30 in the morning on May 29th showed a man resembling Marbury pushing a Herbie-Kirby garbage bin near the motel. Sergeant Franklin says he believes that bin was used to transport Boulay's body to the wooded area where she was found on June 6th. Sanjay Maru, CTV News.
We're coming up on 1 week since Canada Post employees nationwide walked off the job, striking in part over Ottawa's plan to end home delivery. Today in Windsor, pickets temporarily relocated. A dozen striking workers held a small protest in front of Purolator on North Service Road. Their beef isn't with Purolator, but they believe parcels they would have handled are being rerouted through the agency.
It's almost 2 years we've been trying to have a settled, ratified contract, but how can we when we have reason to believe that our parcels are coming from Canada Post over to Purolator, just for the simple fact that Canada Post owns Purolator 91%.
A major milestone has been reached at the battery plant, with Nexstar Energy receiving its occupancy permit from the City of Windsor. It means construction of the $5 billion electric vehicle battery plant is now officially complete.
We're just finishing our sample production in the next coming days, which will be complete, which will get us, on track to be able to meet that milestone at the end of the year.
Speaking of construction, you might want to avoid the far east end of EC Row this coming weekend. The westbound lanes from Manning Road to Banwell will be closed for water main installation. The eastbound lanes will remain open, but those westbound ones will be closed from 8 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Sunday, weather permitting. Banwell, L'Esperance, and Manning Roads will remain open. And for commuters in the county, traffic is now flowing through that roundabout at County Road 42 and Manning. Officials celebrating the opening of 3 of 4 exits today.
The roundabout will be open, but it will be open for north-south directions and the east direction.
This latest County of Essex roundabout project was completed within budget and on schedule.
While this new roundabout will be most welcomed by commuters and residents, finally we don't have any red light stops here. The fact is everyone in the county benefits when a major thoroughfare becomes safer and less congested.
On our side, on Manning Road, we're talking about 3,500 new homes. The battery plant that's not too far from here, another 4,000 homes there, the hospital that's coming. I think it's being proactive in building infrastructure before they actually come.
It's going to keep a lot of the traffic off of our Class B roads, both in Tecumseh and in Lakeshore, where we get trucks and cars and just beating the heck out of our roads. And this will keep them here on this road because they can move a lot faster now.
But we still have County Road 42 closed to the west for construction. That's a project that will continue through the rest of the year and then into the spring of 2026. Sometime closer to the summer, we'll have that open.
An alligator has been spotted and photographed on Belle Isle. Michigan's Department of Natural Resources says while they haven't visually confirmed it's there, it is a credible sighting.
There is a freaking crocodile or alligator over here.
It's an alligator, and seeing it sunbathing on shore might not seem like a remarkable picture, but it's where the photo was taken that has people talking.
Oh, I did a triple, quadruple take.
Lynn Blasey was paddleboarding around Detroit's Belle Isle Sunday, yes, Detroit, Michigan, when she spotted the animal.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Only a few feet long, but definitely not native to the area.
Okay, is there does this alligator have a parent somewhere that is more of a threat?
Blasey snapped a few pictures and a screenshot of the location off Dryker Trail. You can't see the exact spot from Windsor, but it's not far. She reported the sighting to Michigan's Department of Natural Resources.
He's like, oh, you saw it too?
A spokesperson for DNR tells CTV News while no visual confirmation has been made by Department of Natural Resources personnel, a photo with geolocation data was obtained. The report is considered credible and consistent. Blasey's sighting actually wasn't the first. Park visitors reported a young reptile back in August, but state officials couldn't track it down. Now, with photo evidence, visitors are urged to be careful. Though the reported animal appears small, all wildlife can be dangerous and unpredictable. If you observe unusual wildlife activity, please report it immediately.
It's a wonderful place to experience wildlife.
Yeah, and you really got a taste for that.
I sure did.
Canada's largest distillery, based in Walkerville, is celebrating a milestone this week by launching their most expensive whiskey to date. Saturday would have been J.P. Weiser's 200th birthday, and to celebrate, they're putting out a legacy recipe whiskey. Just 1,000 cases, retailing for about $55 a bottle, exclusively at the LCBO. The distillery is also unveiling its priciest whiskey to date, a 27-year cask strength aged in rare Japanese oak. Only 1,000 bottles are being made with a price tag of $600. There's hungry buzz building for this year's Zombie Walk. Last fall, hundreds of the undead swarmed downtown, turning heads and sinking their teeth into the Halloween spirit. This year, the hordes gather on Olette between Wyandotte and Tuscarora, shuffling off at 6 for a 2K creep through the core. The finish line, the Plessier parking garage, where a block party will keep the fun alive, or rather, undead.
We give back to a worthy cause for the downtown mission. From all the years that we've been taking away, it's great to give back. Because just because we have no brains doesn't mean we have no heart.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time.
I just went to playbook, and just in 1 hour, I just learned whole playbook.
And still ahead, from war-torn Ukraine to the epic highs and lows of high school football. How new blood is breathing new life into the Sandwich Sabres.
5K a day is back on 93.9
Virgin Radio.
Listen to Hannah and Johnny in the morning for your chance to win $5,000.
Every weekday.
5K a day.
Virgin Radio.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald is here with a look at the weather. Gary, sounds like the sunshine is sticking around.
You're right about that, Travis. Good evening. And it looks like temperatures are actually going to increase. We are in a warm flow pattern, and this ridge of high pressure has kept things relatively clear. Mostly sunny today. A daytime temperature 2 degrees above seasonal. We'll take it, but we'll warm up several degrees above the 19-degree mark. That's our average for this time of the year for a daytime high. Note the average low is less than 10 degrees Celsius now at 9.3. Today's low is a balmy 14.5. A mixture of sun and cloud and mostly sunny conditions today. Through this latter stage of the evening, we're talking about still mostly clear conditions. That ridge of high pressure affects anywhere from southern Ontario east towards Quebec, the Maritimes, Atlantic Canada. Over the next 24 hours, anticipate some fair weather cloud, mid to upper levels. Nothing that's likely to produce any precipitation across the region for us. And temperatures, because of this southerly and southwesterly flow, are going to rise. For the overnight tonight, though, is a bit coolish and more seasonal at 11 degrees Celsius with a light breeze. And by the way, the air quality was good today, as it was over the weekend. A light breeze made it feel quite comfortable. We'll see a light breeze for tomorrow, out of the southeast. Mostly sunny conditions for the morning through the midday afternoon. High of 23, feels like 25 at peak. And the sunshine continues. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast to give you an idea of daily highs and lows anticipated. Mostly sunny, followed by sunshine, followed by fair weather. And look at the temperatures. 23 tomorrow, that's 3, almost 4 degrees above seasonal. And then we're looking at 27, 28, 27, 28 the next 5 days above seasonal. And the trend is to be in the upper 20s. Monday into Tuesday, we'll see increasing cloudiness and a good chance of showers Tuesday. A week from now, down to about 20 degrees Celsius and sunny. And temperatures at 20 would be still, a week from now, a degree above seasonal. Let's look at your weather.
Thank you, Gary. A scathing report from Ontario's Auditor General says some $750 million in taxpayer money was given out against the advice of government staffers without proper checks and balances. CTV's John Woodward reports.
Not fair, transparent, or accountable.
That's the assessment of the province's Auditor General, Shelley Spence, after looking into the multi-billion-dollar Skills Development Fund, a fund trumpeted by the Ford government in many press conferences about training workers, though Spence found many of those programs were given funding despite the assessments of nonpartisan staff.
54% of all approved applications, representing $742 million in funding, were rated poor, low, or medium against the stated program objectives and criteria.
One low-ranking applicant given $4 million even though it had no experience managing government money. Another low-ranking project, just one person to train themselves. That was approved too. $126 million was given to applicants with lobbyists, including one we first told you about, former Premier's office staffer Amin Massoudi, who shepherded an application for at least $11 million to train people working in restaurants.
If you scored high in your application to this program, you didn't get the money. But if you scored low and you had a lobbyist, then you get the money. To me, that is textbook preferential treatment Or in other words, this looks like corruption.
Opposition leader Merritt Stiles calling for an integrity commissioner investigation, as other party leaders said the fund had
turned into a slush fund that smells and feels like the Greenbelt. It's the usual suspects.
Indeed, CTV News reported Massoudi went for a massage with a Greenbelt developer before the $8.5 billion land swap was rolled back. Massoudi has told CTV News everything in his application was above board. Ontario's Labour Minister appearing virtually at an afternoon press conference.
Did this government really spend hundreds of millions of dollars on low-ranked projects for connected people?
Look, I believe in the power of our skills development fund to change lives. And we know with a rapidly changing environment where we need to train workers to meet the disruptive needs of the workforce, that rapid training initiatives work.
A line opposition politicians didn't buy. John Woodward, CTV News.
Ottawa has denied a request from Marineland to export 30 beluga whales to a theme park in China, leaving the fate of the animals unclear. CTV's Heather Wright reports tonight from Niagara Falls.
The last captive whales in Canada are behind these gates. Marineland, the zoo and amusement park near Niagara Falls, Ontario, had requested an export permit to send its 30 beluga whales to the Chimelong Ocean Kingdom in China, which today was denied by Ottawa as it would have kept the whales in captivity just on another continent.
It is not okay to keep them in captivity for entertainment purposes.
In a statement, Marineland said it was profoundly disappointed in the federal government's decision, saying it leaves them with no ability to pay for the whales' continued feeding and care. The park has not been open in more than a year and is currently up for sale. At least 20 whales have died here since 2019, and in 2021, the province said all marine mammals living here were in distress. One option for the Marineland belugas is to send them to a proposed sanctuary in Nova Scotia. But that sanctuary is not open and has yet to receive the lease and approvals necessary. Melissa Matlow with World Animal Protection is calling on politicians to do what they can to get it up and running.
I believe the sanctuary is ready to accept the whales within a year. I mean, it takes that amount of time to condition whales for transport anyway.
Today, Ontario Premier Doug Ford said the government will do what it can to find the whales a new home.
If we want these whales to survive, we have to move them somewhere.
The fisheries minister said today she is open to other options, but there aren't many easy ones. These whales cannot be released into the wild, and experts say some of them are likely not healthy enough to be moved. Heather Wright, CTV News, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Canada's main stock index entered record territory in late morning trading, helped by strength in the technology sector. In Toronto, the TSX gained 85 points, while in New York, the Dow added 43 and the Nasdaq is up 95. The Canadian dollar lost almost 0.1 cent, and on commodity markets, gold gained more than $24 an ounce, and oil fell 59 cents a barrel.
Would you text your ex for $10,000? 89X is back. Listen for the keywords and text your ex. It's never been more rewarding to get back with your ex. Only on Windsor's Alternative, 89X.
CTV News Windsor has launched a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local news. By signing up, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. It's been a strong start to the season for the Windsor Spitfires. They're the top team in the Ontario Hockey League. And the Spits are second overall in the CHL rankings, undefeated so far this season, partly because of the play of guys like Beksaltin Makish. The import draft pick from Kazakhstan has 5 goals and 2 assists in his first 5 games.
I was drafted to UCHL, and since the rule changed with NCAA, I changed my mind, went to OHL because it's better than usual for me, and it's more like creative and offensive. Like, that's the style I want to play in.
Extremely fast, quick hands, wants to get better every day away from the puck. Obviously, you see his skill set and his compete. Couldn't be happier.
And it's not just new players. Jack Nesbitt and AJ Spalacci returned from NHL camps. Nesbitt was with the Philadelphia Flyers, while Spalacci was in Chicago.
Everyone's trying to get better every day, so you just got to go 100% all the time. I think the practices there are full speed. You practice like you play, so I think just when I come back here showing the young guys how to practice, and that leads into the game.
I mean, just coming back here, taking a lot out of that camp, and just those other guys teaching me, just telling me what they know, stuff like that is definitely going to help me help these guys get better and bring their level up.
In local football, a couple broken records this past weekend, one at the University of Windsor and another at St. Clair College. The Windsor Lancers were struggling to get the ball into the end zone against Waterloo until Brady Lidster hit 7 field goals. That broke the school record of 6 in a single game set by Clark Green in 2019. And at St. Clair, that's the record-breaking touchdown pass by Matt Gannett to Cameron St. Kitts Park in Saturday's blowout win over London. Gannett threw for 6 touchdowns to break the 30-year-old Ontario Football Conference record and to tie the national record with 35. Last night, he discovered he finished with 2,299 yards, breaking the club mark of 2,028 set in 1991.
It hasn't really sunk in yet. Obviously, I've received a lot of appreciation from everybody that comes to our games, family, friends, everything. It feels amazing. Just being able to break those records and do things that other great OFC players and CJFL players have done, it feels just truly, it's a dream.
And in high school football, here's an incredible story from our Bob Belichico, a young man from Ukraine playing football for the first time ever at Sandwich Secondary and looking like he's played the game for years. Check this out.
Under the lights, it's Ivan Yakubo taking a punt return back for a touchdown as the Sandwich Sabres beat St. Anne. He didn't have time to celebrate right away because he had to kick the extra point. Yes. It was an impressive return, but more eye-opening was the fact that this was only his second football game ever.
His footwork is tremendous. Speed, power. He's got it. Everything you can want in a running back, he has. It's just naturally gifted, and he just has to learn football.
Yakubo is a grade 12 student at Sandwich who came to Essex County a year and a half ago from war-torn Ukraine.
It's like reborn. So you just started with nothing. You started with I came here without language. I can't understand without 0 English level.
He landed in LaSalle knowing how to play soccer. A school coach noticed his athletic ability and suggested he play football.
He said, "You're going to be kicker for football team. I don't care where you want, you're going to be kicker." I said, all right, next year, why not?
After making the team, Ivan quickly realized he needed to be a quick study.
I just went to playbook, and just in 1 hour, I just learned whole playbook, so.
It's just unbelievable how he has such a great attitude, and he's just ready to go over and over and over. It's impressive.
After just 2 games, Ivan is turning heads and turning a new chapter.
I feel so lucky to play with these guys. I'm so lucky to play with him. I'm so lucky to play with everyone in the field. I appreciate moments. So
when you come from a country like Ukraine that's under attack and in the middle of war, it's something that none of us can really comprehend and understand. And for him to be able to get out of there and come here, I'm just happy for him, and we're blessed to have him.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald is back. Gary, we are halfway through the week already. Let's finish it off strong. What do you say?
I think that's a great way to think. A wonderful attitude, Travis. I like where you're going with that. I think for the rest of this week, indeed, we will finish off strong. If you like temperatures warming up and certainly above seasonal in the month of October, well, look at this. Next 4 days, we'll see temperatures rise from 23 tomorrow to 27, maybe 28 through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sunshine continuing and still warm through Monday. That's 5 days straight of fair weather. Sunny conditions for the most part and warmer than seasonal averages, both in terms of the highs and lows. Showers 6 days from now, Tuesday, cooling off just a bit, still mild, and then cooler and more seasonal, 20 degrees and sunny a week from now. Let's look at your weather.
Finally tonight, one of the world's most prominent scientists, Jane Goodall, died today at the age of 91. Here's CTV's Andrew Johnson with a look back at the remarkable life of a conservationist who spoke up for animals.
When a young British woman with a childhood love of primates but little scientific training traveled to Tanzania in 1960, she changed the way we look at chimpanzees.
When I got to Cambridge finally, they were totally horrified. I'd named the chimps instead of numbering them. I talked about them having personalities. I talked about them having minds and being able to have rational thoughts and emotions, happiness, sadness, fear. And all of these things were supposed to be attributes only of humans.
Jane Goodall also found the chimps, like humans, used tools. She incorporated their distinct personalities and family relationships into her work.
Being out in the wild, you know, back when I dreamed of it, there was nobody doing anything like that.
Goodall considered it her lifelong quest to protect the planet.
We've got a window of time, I believe, to start slowing down climate change, loss of biodiversity, to alleviate poverty, to bring to an end the terrible industrial farming, especially of animals, to try and persuade the very wealthy to be a little more considerate of the future.
Goodall married twice and had one son. In 2003, she was appointed a Dame of the British Empire, and she received the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2025.
I want to be remembered for having helped people to understand the true nature of animals, that they do matter as individuals.
Well into old age, Goodall was on the road hundreds of days a year, speaking up for animals and the environment, trying to empower people to do their bit, as she called it, believing millions of people making small changes can make a huge difference. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Vancouver.
A remarkable woman and remarkable animals, too. Dr. Goodall leaves behind quite a legacy. That's our time for tonight. Thank you for spending part of your evening with us. For news at any time, head to ctvnewswindsor.ca. Good night.